Hello! Welcome to Intermediate English with Gregg. That's me. So, let's get started. Well, let's warm up with the weather.
Gregg, how's the weather today?
It's foggy. It's foggy today. Foggy. Maybe you know. But let's check the board. Of course, the question, how's the weather? And for today's answer, very simple, it's foggy. Now, maybe you know this word, but let's repeat this one time. It's foggy. Great. So I think you know the word foggy. Some cars have a fog lamp or fog light on the car, usually lower than the headlight. Because of course fog, means kitty. So today, of course, the word foggy means that, of course, kitty. So, of course, in Yamanakako, sometimes it is foggy. So, maybe you already know today's phrase. Simple idea, foggy. But let's practice this one time. I'll ask the question. Please use today's phrase. So, how's the weather today? Great. Now, for today's lesson. In our last lesson, we were talking about food, mainly Japanese food. And we talked about the kind of dishes. Maybe it was a kind of vegetable, it was a kind of fish, or maybe it looked like pizza. But today, we're going to continue the idea of food names, because again, there are many Japanese dish names that really don't have an English name. So today we're going to continue to describe some dishes. But today, of course, we're talking about the food, but today we're going to describe it using the idea of cooking. How was the dish cooked? How was it prepared? So, of course, it's the same situation. Maybe the tourist or the customer, they look at the menu, or maybe they're looking at the dish, and they ask the simple question, "Excuse me, what's this?" Now, same as our last lesson, you can use the word first, it's called. And just tell them the Japanese name of the dish. Learning the Japanese name of the dish might be interesting for the tourist. But you also must describe the dish. And today we're going to use that with the same phrase, it's a kind of. But today we're going to use how it was cooked or prepared. We're going to use these words, fried or deep fried, the word steamed, stewed, raw, the word grilled or the word barbecued, pickled, chilled, grated, and breaded. Okay? So, the first case, maybe they point and ask, what's this? And you say, it's called karage. The dish name is called karage. Then you're going to tell them, well, it's a kind of fried chicken. Or if you want to say, it's a kind of fried boneless chicken. So, now sometimes people will use the word deep fried. Okay? So, both are okay. So it's a kind of deep fried chicken, it's a kind of fried chicken, but okay, easy. Right? Talking about karaage. Maybe this is at a convenience store. Right? And maybe they ask the question, what's this? Right? And you tell them, it's called nikuman. Right? Right? It's called nikuman. And then tell them, well, it's a kind of steamed, simple answer, it's a kind of steamed bun. Okay? Now, you can give more information. It's a kind of steamed bun filled with meat. Okay? But the simple answer, using the word steamed, of course, musu. It's a kind of steamed bun. Okay? For our next one, for example, stewed, maybe the question, what's this? And you tell them, it's called nimono. It's nimono. And tell them, well, it's a kind of stewed vegetable. It's a kind of stewed vegetable. Niru, of course, stewed. Or this one, of course, very easy, raw. Right? So they ask, what is this? And you tell them, it's sashimi. Right? Now, many people maybe understand sashimi, but if they don't, you can tell them, it's a kind of raw fish. You could use the same idea with basashi and tell them it's a kind of raw horse meat. Okay? So, of course, using the word raw, using the word grilled or barbecued. Okay? Maybe we talk about yakitori. Okay? Or maybe it's yakizakana. Both are okay, but you tell them it's called yakitori or it's called yakizakana. And tell them, well, it's a kind of grilled, it's kind of grilled chicken. Or it could be fish, it's a kind of grilled fish. Okay? Now you can also use the word barbecued. Okay? Okay? But for barbecued, okay, barbecued has that feeling of sumiyaki. Okay? So maybe with yakizakana, barbecued fish, maybe we don't use. But for yakitori, barbecued chicken would be okay. Using the word pickled. Right? Maybe the dish is tsukemono. So you can tell them it's called tsukemono. Well, it's a kind of pickled vegetable. It's a kind of pickled vegetable. Right? So, tsukemono. Right? Using the word pickled. Right? We have three more. Right? Maybe on the menu, maybe it's the dish name is that hiyayako. Right? So you tell them the name. Right? It's called hiyayako. But you can tell them it's a kind of chilled tofu. Now tofu, of course, in English, tofu is tofu. So this word is okay. Using the word chilled. Now, you could use an easier word, cold. That is also okay. It's a kind of cold tofu. Okay? But many times with cooking, people talk about the word chilled. We could use this word grated. Right? Okay. Maybe on the menu you have the hamburg. Okay? But maybe on top is the daikon oroshi. Okay? And the Hamburg, maybe they understand, but the daikon oroshi, maybe they ask, what's this? Well, you can tell them it's called daikon oroshi. Okay? But you can tell them it's a kind of grated radish. It's a kind of grated radish. Or you could tell them it's a kind of grated daikon radish. Yeah, orosu, grated. Now for our final cooking idea, maybe we use the word breaded. Maybe the dish name is, for example, the dish name is tonkatsu. So you can tell them, it's called tonkatsu. And it's a kind of breaded pork. Now, you could even use two of the ideas. It's a kind of breaded, deep-fried pork. And that would also be okay. So, today, we're using these cooking or preparation words to talk about the Japanese dish. Now, please remember, you can always give more detail. This is a simple way to describe the dish. Okay? Well, we will continue this idea next time. But that's all for today. See you next time.